Okay, so to finish up, Simpsons versus Family Guy. Next month, I'm going to try to do Image Comics versus either Marvel or DC, as well as continue doing Marvel and DC. So we're down to Homer versus Peter. Now, I do this differently. I've got intelligence, fightability, strength, speed, durability, invulnerability, and energy projection. X Factor. I've got both screens up for all my versus stuff. Grab that. Intelligence. Yeah, I'm not saying these guys are probably going to win a Nobel Peace Prize for world peace at all, but I had to look at their jobs that they do relatively unsuccessfully. Peter, fisherman, Pawtucket, so he's worked at a brewery. Those have been his primary jobs. Homer, nuclear power plant. You can also say too he did lots of random odds and end job, but I will have to give someone working nuclear power plant, even though he's very much happy-go-lucky, I'm going to have to give Homer an edge in intelligence. Again, this is what you could easily debate because neither one of them are geniuses. The fight ability, man, this is Peter. This is Peter. If you've seen how Family Guy does fight sequences, they're near anime style. Strength. Again, I have to go with Peter on this. And you're probably thinking, what about Homer? If you remember in the boxing episode, Homer threw a punch, and the punch didn't even hurt the fly. Speed. Again, I have to give this one to Peter. I think Peter is just, even though they're both rotund individuals, he does appear to do a lot more in the way of running a lot more sort of speed-based things. Durability. How much of a beating can they take? This one, I'm going to give this one to Homer. And that's because of Homer Simpson syndrome, where he's got an extra layer of fluid. Remember, he took a flat-out drumming from Dreader. Kid meant to not fall down. Because he can't. During that episode, he took repeated beatings, whether it was 2x4s or whatever, and he was still standing. So you can take a tremendous amount of physical abuse before anything really happens to him. So he's got that ability to just absorb punishment and vulnerability. Again, I have to give this one to Homer. Again, it's coming an offshoot of the Homer Simpson syndrome, but he's had a pickaxe in his head, and he was fine. He has got his head stuck in a drawbridge. With cars running, he was fine. He has had the back of his skull ripped open. He had a badger tear open his stomach, and he was still okay. So we're all that up going into the X Factor. What is that one thing that doesn't get encapsulated in the following 6 pieces? And I have to give that one to Peter. I'm a huge Family Guy. I'm a huge Simpson fan. I kind of enjoy Family Guy, but in this case, I have to give it to Peter. Why? He has the crazy ability that anything that he says, he can use to warp reality and time. That's huge. That he can create any sort of moment, memory, future event, past event, doesn't matter. He can think of any combination of random things. Yes, so the random Family Guy joke is one of Peter's abilities, and that was what's going to easily allow him to defeat Homer.